Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Where we left off last week, we were in the middle of a ball, and let's see, it was Braxon and Higgimus were with the servants and other, guards and things like that. Ockar, Leva, and Lafdul were in the ballroom, and Yeldan had been scouting out the home of Ryuto. So let's go ahead and see what comes of the disappearance of Homiko. Let's go ahead and get our introductions in order.
Hi, I am Lance Corporal Higgimus, and I play a Giff fighter.
I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human fighter.
I'm playing Levalithana, a elven wild mage.
I'm Yeldan Sharpeye, Elven Ranger.
I'm Ockar, human paladin.
Lafdul Meanglade, mischiefmaker, thief. Enough. It's always different each week.
You gotta go for that trickster shake it up situation, huh? All right. So, just so that you guys are all in the same location, we are right here. And yeah, so where we left off, Ryuto and Homiko had vanished from the large ballroom that you guys were in, trying to keep an eye on her. Leva, you were talking with the women, trying to keep an eye on them. Ockar, you, if I remember correctly, you had decided that you were going to leave by the back door to see if you could find them. And
Yeah.
Lafdul, you were up on the balcony overlooking the room.
Yeah.
All right, so Ockar, you're going to be making your way out. Leva and Lafdul, do you want to? You can see that Ockar is making his way towards the rear door. Is there anything that you guys want to do with that information?
As I understand, I'm caught in the middle of this group of women because I was trying to work my way towards Ryuto and Homiko. So seeing Ockar walk away...
Well, he's also in the crowd, and he's basically, kind of pushing his way politely through.
I'm going to try and work my way towards Ockar.
Okay.
Because I can't see the others anymore. As I understand, I'm fairly small in comparison to the other women.
Yes.
And I only saw the top of the head of Ryuto, and that disappeared. So I don't really know what happened. Correct?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work my way towards Ockar now because I see that he's moving, and I assume that he has or might have more information.
Okay. Are you going to try to catch up with him before he gets out, kind of thing?
If I can, yes.
Okay.
I've been, as I understand, I've been working. First, I was polite, and then I was less polite, and now I'm trying to really work my way through the group.
Yeah, it's really not too difficult to extricate yourself from the group. It was much more difficult to push your way forward.
Okay. So I'm trying to catch up with Ockar.
Okay. You catch up with him as he's getting out of that crowd and getting towards the back door before he actually gets to it.
I ask Ockar, what happened?
Homiko and that guy vanished suddenly.
Did you actually see him? I never saw anything more than just the top of his head.
I spoke with him for a bit, then I got distracted by something, and when I looked back over, they were gone.
Oh, what did he have to say?
It was mainly just pleasantries, introduction, that kind of stuff, and then suddenly the girls that were with Homiko tried to talk with me, and then next time I looked over, he and Homiko were gone.
Okay.
Ryuto.
What impression did you have of him?
He certainly seems kind of shady to me. We don't really have time to just stand here and talk. We gotta try to find them.
Okay, can you describe him to me so I'd recognize him when I see him?
Yeah, I'm going to describe to her as best I can what Ryuto looks like.
Olds, does he have anything special that would make him recognizable?
Yeah. Ockar, give me a wisdom check.
Okay. Just bring up my character sheet so I can double check what my wisdom is.
As they're discussing this, I assume Lafdul can see them making their way out of the crowd.
Yeah.
And they're like talking, so
Okay.
upon not seeing anything here, Lafdul's just going to start making his way down towards them.
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't notice any like unusual distinguishing features. You can furnish Leva with his, hair color, eye color, complexion, that sort of thing. The type of clothing that he was wearing. It was a mixture of Eastern and Western styles. And he was wearing a cape, kind of a loose cape that has a loose chain that connects around the neck. Only goes down to about waist length kind of thing. He had kind of a ruffled shirt that, reminded you of both Eastern and Western styles in its cut and design. And his trousers were fairly Western in nature. But you didn't notice any distinguishing marks, moles, birthmarks, anything like that.
Okay. So what do you suggest, Ockar? That we stick together or that we split up and go and look in different rooms, or...
I think we would be able to search faster if we split up.
Right. I forget how many rooms there are, how many doors there are in this room.
I also want you to tell the others to inform Lafdul and the others about this so that they can help us search around.
Okay, so the room has the back door, which Ockar was going towards, and you're pretty close to that now. And there was a doorway, no actual doors into the room on the other side of the other end of the room. It's kind of like a arched doorway wide that leads back into the house. To give you an idea where on the map this would relatively be, the back door is kind of like, you'd guess that from the shape of the building when you came here, the door leads out that way, and the doorway further into the building goes, roughly back that way. So basically the ballroom is kind of like, this end of the house.
Okay.
Leva, I'll start searching. You go inform the others about what happened so that we can all start searching all over as best we can.
Okay. Do I see Lafdul?
You no longer see him up on the balcony.
Let's see. As I remember, the stairs to go upstairs were towards the entrance, weren't they?
Yeah, they were back through that entranceway. Further into the house kind of thing.
So I walk towards that. However, I'm also thinking that if they just disappeared into thin air, if they happen to reappear, someone might want to stay here. But I'm just thinking that as I walk towards where I know that Lafdul will come downstairs.
Okay, Lafdul, you were making your way down to try to get to where they were, correct?
Yeah, to get informed, basically.
Okay. Then you actually meet up with Leva as she is getting to the other the entranceway.
Mm-hmm. I ask Leva what's going on. You seem to be walking out the crowd for some reason.
I pass on what Ockar told me.
He's disappeared. I raise my eyebrows. Ugh.
He's followed. He just they just disappeared, and Ockar is looking at the back. Is trying to follow them at the back door because it's logical to assume that they went out that way, if they went out somewhere.
Well, he can fly and turn invisible, so from what my contact said. I was, well, there doesn't seem to be any open accesses above, but you could have just walked out the front door.
You could have flown out the front door.
Yeah, that. Well, we should probably tell Braxon and Higgimus.
Yes. I also think that one of us should probably stay in the room, in the big room, in the the ballroom, because if he just disappears, then if he just disappeared, then he may just reappear as well.
I would raise some questions for an abduction to take place in broad daylight, so to speak.
Yeah, but we don't know whether that happened last time as well, and nobody noticed. You see, the weird thing is that everybody seems to just take it in stride. So you go to those people and you ask them where's Homiko. They say, "Oh, she's just gone into the bathroom or had to top up her makeup or whatever." And if you ask people where he is, they don't bother. They're not worried at all.
You sure Ockar wasn't affected as well?
No, I'm not sure.
Because it seems like well, not to say that you aren't affected as well, but you seem fine to me so far.
Ockar talked to him, and he said he did say it was just pleasantries, but I don't know. Out of character, I did not listen to last week's.
Yeah, I didn't
session.
either, purposely.
So I still have no
none of
idea
us
what.
did.
I have no idea what they were talking about.
Well, I mean, I don't like from a out of game perspective. I don't care if you do, as long as you don't use that in game. So, but that's entirely up to you guys. You know, if you want to preserve the mystery for yourself, fantastic. That's fine by me.
Yeah,
I think my reactions would be different if I listened to it.
That's perfectly reasonable.
Well, it will bring up ideas and thoughts that I wouldn't think of otherwise.
Yep.
Man, I forgot to cheat.
I don't watch the pre-recorded things anyway.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, Ockar. By this point, Ockar's already made his way out the rear door. One of you two, you know, what do you guys want to do now?
I would like to inform the others, so we are all at the same, well, more or less the same level.
Okay. You can flag down a servant to go let them know that you need to speak to your servant.
I do that. Who was it? Was it Asher or was it?
It's Braxon's with us, Asher's with Ockar.
Okay. So we call Braxon.
No, it would be Ash. It would be Higgimus, because you came in with Higgimus. You and Lafdul
No,
came
I
in
was
with
the one.
Higgimus.
No, they didn't.
No, I was with Braxon.
To hold as well.
Or whoever. We call whoever was with us when we entered.
It was Braxon.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you flag down a servant and tell them that you'd like to speak with you know, your servant, your guard, however you phrase it. And you give them Braxon's name, and he leaves. He'll let you know that you know, your servant or guard would not be allowed, you know, all the way into this place, but there's a a room that kind of connects up with the servants' quarters and everything like that. That you can meet and talk with your, your own personal servants in. And he leads you to that, and then goes off to get Braxon. Lafdul, what are you going to do in the meantime?
Someone's got to keep an eye on the situation. It's just going to go back upstairs again.
Okay.
I tell Lever that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Braxon, you and Higgimus are. What are you guys doing in the servants' area?
Braxon was trying to sneak some of the free food in his pockets without anyone noticing.
Oh my god. Higgimus was going around, doing small talk with the other guards and everything. And then he was going to try to make his way over to have a conversation with those other two guys. Forget what one was the dwarf guy and the other one was a human, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Okay.
going to talk to him. What was so different about them? I forget.
They were kind of keeping to themselves, and one of them is a Korobokuru, an Oriental dwarf, which there aren't any others in the room right now. And it is not the same dwarf that you encountered earlier.
Not. Okay.
All right, so Braxon, you are trying to surreptitiously stuff rice into your pockets.
Wrapped up, of course.
Of course.
So
yeah.
not like spring rolls or something, more
Yeah.
less
Well,
messy.
no,
Sure,
it
some
was-
of that, but he didn't specify beforehand. So yeah, he's trying to stuff handfuls of rice into his pockets too.
It's not worth it. Oh god.
Um,
Really likes his fancy rice.
and an older man dressed in kind of servant's livery appears at one of the doors to the room and says, loud enough to be heard, but not loud enough to really bother anyone. I'm looking for a Braxon.
Oh, that's me. I'm Braxon. He says,
Yes, your
Hi, this is-
employers would like to speak with you. Come this way, please.
okay, thank you.
And he leads you out of the room.
Braxon will see if he can catch Higgimus's eye on the way out and give him a sort of nod.
All right, Higgimus. Yeah, I mean, would you have caught that? You clearly would have heard the servant come in and call for Braxon.
Oh, if I clearly would have heard that, then yeah, I'll kind of quirk an eyebrow at Braxon.
Okay. The servant leads you out, Braxon, down a short corridor and into another room that's currently empty except for Leva.
Thank you, good sir.
And then he leaves you. It's very easy to get back to where you you were.
How's it going?
Hey, they disappeared.
Who disappeared?
Ryuto and Homiko.
Really?
Yes, they did. Ryuto talked to Ockar. Ockar told me to just exchange pleasantries, but I don't know whether that's really true. And next time I looked, well, I couldn't see much anyway. I only saw the top of the head of Ryuto. But next time I looked, he'd gone. And when I finally caught up with Ockar, he told me they just disappeared.
What do you mean? Wandered off somewhere or disappeared into thin air?
Disappeared into thin air.
We need to search the building.
And nobody is worried.
We need to search the building. I'm going to go get Higgimus.
To be clear, Ockar was distracted, so he doesn't actually know if it was left without being noticed or vanished into thin air.
Well, what I could see was that that the head was there and then it wasn't.
Right. I'm going to go off and get Higgimus.
Yeah, just a moment. Ockar is following. Ockar has stepped out the back door. I think he's trying to follow them. Not that he knows where they've gone. And Lafdul is now inside. monitoring the room, so things don't happen in there without our knowing.
I think you should search the lady's powder room so we can be sure she's not in there.
Uh-huh.
And I'll go get Higgimus. We'll search the servants' area just in case they've sneaked off there.
Question, Old.
Mm-hmm.
When did I realize that Homiko has all the gifts? Is wearing the kimono and the ring and all the other things.
You would have known that from basically from the moment you saw her.
Okay.
Well, you would have realized when you saw her come into the room, because I don't think you were there. You left before they did, so you may not have seen her back at the house.
Okay.
I mean,
no, I didn't see her back at the house, but we saw her enter.
Okay, then yeah, you would have realized then.
Okay, I passed that on to Braxon as well. Braxon, she's wearing all her gifts.
Oh, they're preparing her for something, and now she's gone. We need to search the house. I'm going to go get Higgimus. We need to search the house now.
All right, where's her father?
I don't know. I didn't come in with him.
Me neither.
I'm going to go get Higgimus. We're going to search the servant's place. Go to the lady's powder room, make sure she's not there, and get everyone searching. Just go anywhere where you can.
Okay, we'll do. Let's decide on a time where we will meet again in this room. Well, I call for you.
Yeah, we need to go. I'm off. Braxon's running out the door.
Running? Are you walking at a brisk pace?
No, he's going to jog.
No more rice in your pocket?
So you're ignoring her comment about needing to come up with a time to meet here again?
Obviously,
all right. Here's stop at the door then. Well, how are we going to know when to meet?
Yeah, you can't come into the ballroom. They won't let you in since you are a servant. Let's decide that we meet here again in, say, half an hour.
Half an hour, okay.
Well, I'll call for you.
Yeah.
Do I have a timepiece? Can I tell when it's half an hour?
Not really.
Just if it gets really bad, if it gets really bad, Lever, just blow your whistle and we'll come in.
Well, if it gets really bad, yes. All right, I do the following. I try and find her father, and I go and check the ladies' rooms, as many as there are, and then I'll come back and let you know. How about that? Say around half an hour.
Yeah, I'm off.
Okay. So I turn around and casually walk back into the ballroom.
Okay.
And Lafdul is at the top, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lafdul, can I make you understand that I have to go to I will go to the ladies' room?
I've got no idea.
You can make your way. I mean, you can just make your way up the stairs to talk to him on the balcony.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. Higgimus, after Braxon left, you were going to try and make small talk with the human and the dwarf. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So they're kind of like off by themselves, not really socializing with the others, quietly talking amongst themselves. How are you going to approach them?
Guess I'll just go up to him and be like, greetings. You're here doing guard duty as well. My name is Lance Corporal Higgimus, and I represent the company of the Broken Sword, and we're here with, what's her name? Homiko,
yeah.
Homiko. What was her last name? Or family name?
Mashta.
With the Mashta family. I've talked with a bunch of other people here, and I was just wondering if I can give pleasantries and exchange names with you.
They stop talking, and it's a language that you don't understand. And they kind of stare at you for a moment. Then the human gruffly says, "I'm want to. This one here is." I actually need to double check to see which one you encountered before. Do you remember his
Said
name?
1, 2.
Wait, Toro. We
Toro?
encountered Toro.
Okay. This one here is Goru.
No, the original.
1, 2, and Goru.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. This is my first time being at one of these balls. Have you been here before?
They take a moment before responding, and
It's pretty fancy, I say.
yeah, it is. Been to these before. That's all he says.
Has there ever been any trouble at one of these balls?
No. And then he
He
kind of
says no.
turns back to his companion and starts speaking again in the other language.
Oh. Well, that was kind of rude. All right. And I will walk away.
All right, you get the feeling that they're talking about you. You catch a word that you think might be Giff, but you're not entirely sure. It doesn't quite sound right.
Yeah.
But that's all you get.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to press it. Because
All
I'll just look like an ogre a Giff trying to hustle him with information.
At that moment, Braxon comes back in. Were you actually like rushing back in, Braxon?
No, he's going to run up to the doors. When he gets near servants, he's going to slow down.
Okay, it's not that long of a corridor.
Okay, well then he's going to hustle in.
Okay. And
he's going to give some sort of sign to Higgimus.
All right. I'll.
He's going to pat his hip where his weapon is.
All right.
And walk over in his direction.
Something the matter, Braxon?
It seems that Ryoto has abducted Homoko. He came up to her and they both disappeared in thin air right where the others were. We need to search this place.
I say, good point. Is there a representative of whoever's running this ball in this room?
there's a servant here in case one of you guys needs to get in touch with your employers.
Okay. Here's the thing. I run through my etiquette memory here, and what's the proper way of approaching somebody when a guard thinks that there is something going on, or when something's happened to the person that they're supposed to be guarding at one of these functions? What would be the proper thing to do?
Well, you don't know specifically for their culture, but generally you would say, first of all, if you're not entirely sure, then you may go to the servant and say, I need to speak to my employer, can you go get them for me? Kind of thing. You'd basically request to talk to your employer.
All right. I will do that.
Okay. The servant says, and who do you need to speak with?
Hamiko. Oh, goodness gracious. What was her last name again?
Mashta.
Mashta.
Her father. Isn't it her father?
Well, I mean, it would work for
Hamiko
any of the family that you're working for. I mean,
Or maybe Mashta Himiko.
they would understand your difference. Okay. They would go by Mashta Homiko.
Mashta Hamako. Yes, I need to speak to Mashta Hamako, please.
I will be back shortly. Let me lead you to the room where you can wait.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And he leads you out through the same door that Braxon just came in, and down a short corridor and into a currently empty room. And then he leaves by another door.
Pretty clever. Getting them to search for her.
All right. And Braxon, now that Higgimus has left, what are you going to do?
Braxton's going to try to search the servants' area, the area where he's allowed in without causing trouble. So, like the restrooms, anything like that.
All right, well, the restrooms are currently empty. You're not really allowed into the servants' personal quarters or the kitchen or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically restricted to the room that you were in, that Higgimus is now in, that corridor, the restrooms that are there, and the room that you were in with all the other guards and servants. And then you can also leave and look around outside.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Braxton will have a poke out the front, see if he can see anyone trying to leave.
Okay. There are some other servants out here. There are a few palanquins. No actual carriages, as you're well aware. Horse-drawn carriages basically almost don't exist on Brawl because horses are so expensive to care for and everything like that. And this house doesn't have stables, so they wouldn't. Any families that did have horses wouldn't actually bring them here. You are not seeing anyone obviously trying to leave right now. Certainly no one that you recognize out here. But on the map, go ahead and tell me. So you come out this door right here. So
Right.
that's where you are essentially. And you can't see anyone leaving out this way.
Mm.
So what do you want to do then?
Yeah. Well, Braxton will have a look both ways to see if he can see anything. And then he'll go back inside and see if he can see anyone looking at all suspicious.
All right. Like I said, there were some servants and people keep an eye on palanquins out here, but doesn't look like anyone's preparing to leave right now. If you go out to the main street, there are some people traveling along the street, but no one rushing that you can see. Heading back in. Most of the guards and servants, some of them are giving you an odd look because you and Higgimus have had been more active than most of them. A couple of them may be getting the impression that there's something going on, something wrong, but they're not getting involved. Really, the only ones who look suspicious are that human and the dwarf that Higgimus was walking away from as you came back in.
Is there a servant that helps people in and out?
I'm not sure.
When people arrive and depart, is there a servant that deals with people coming in and out?
Not really.
Because we met someone on the way in who checked papers, didn't we?
That was more for the actual nobles, and that was over here.
Right. So there's no one that would know if the servants of Lord Ryoto had left.
The guy who went out with Higgimus might have. But he
hasn't
left.
come back.
Yeah, he hasn't come back yet. And no one's come to replace him.
Right. Braxton's going to pick up a bit more food just to make it look like he's not panicking about stuff.
Okay.
Panic eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's gonna keep an eye on those two dodgy looking guys.
Okay.
Without trying trying to make it not look too obvious.
All right. All right. Let's shift over to. I guess we'll I'm gonna hold off on Ockar for now. And we'll switch back to Leva. You're making your way up to Lafdul.
Yes.
Okay.
I tell him I told Braxon, and I now go and check the restrooms and all the places we, at least women, have access to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're well. Are you gonna? Were you gonna go talk to Lafdul and then check those things?
Yes, because otherwise he won't be informed.
Okay.
And I tell him that we agree. Braxon and I agreed to meet again in, say, around half an hour. So if I'm not back, could Lafdul go?
Here's a question. I may have forgotten who I cast on. I think I cast Sacred Guardian on Leva, didn't I?
But that's days ago.
Yeah, it lasted 3 days. Level a day.
Okay.
I was just wondering, I think I cast it on you. Do you remember me casting on you?
Yes, you made me kiss
Kiss the
something.
petal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Because,
it's on you.
you wanted to prove to Homiko that it was without risk.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking, if you come into danger, I should be aware of it. So.
Oh, okay. But it's still good that you know that if I disappear for a moment, you're not really getting all that worried.
No. I still need... Someone always needs to be watching what's going on here, so... I mean,
Okay.
once you've done searching the women's rooms, I could check the men's, I guess. But at that point, it'd probably be too late, if they are still here.
I think it's too late already, but we have to do something, and checking out those rooms is a good idea.
Yeah, alright, I'll let you get back to it. Lafdul's looking at the crowd. Is there any change in the crowd's general... No, I haven't got crowd working, that's a efficiency, I think.
Well, crowd working would be about altering their reactions and stuff like that. But I mean, you know,
I'm just assessing the mood.
The mood seems fine, festive. You know, the large group that had been there has now dispersed. So now it's smaller people, and the groups are shifting as people move about and mingle. But you're not seeing anything wrong. Like no one's jumping out at you as being concerned. There's people coming and going from the room. Things of that nature. There aren't too many older people in this room. It's mostly the younger people.
Is anyone paying attention to us going up and down the stairs?
The servants definitely are. No one else is really giving you much attention, though.
Why should they? I mean, people are walking around, so
Yeah.
people are walking upstairs and downstairs. We're not doing anything special. So I go and check what are they? Restrooms, powder rooms.
Yeah, the rooms that are currently, I mean, in a normal situation when there isn't like a party going on, it's just a normal bathroom. But because of the situation, so that there aren't lines and there isn't anything else going on, the bathrooms are restricted on gender access at this time. So you do make your way to the women's restroom, and these aren't like I mean, this is a typical bathroom. Single toilet, bathtub, sink, that sort of thing. Nothing, not like multiple stalls kind of thing. So when you get there, there isn't a line, but you get in, and there's two ladies there in there chatting. It looks like they might be fixing up their makeup. But at your entrance, they see you and quickly leave, assuming that you want to actually use the toilet kind of thing.
Do I?
Well, no. I mean, they assume that since you're coming in, you want to use the toilet, so they leave.
Okay.
I'm sorry if that wasn't clear.
They are being polite.
Yes.
All right. I look around.
It's a nice fancy bathroom, but otherwise a normal bathroom as far as you can tell.
Let me see. I still have detect magic. Yes, I still have 2 detect magics.
Okay. Do you want to cast one?
I cast one.
All right. Let's see. Let me do the level variation. Since I keep forgetting with your detect magics. What level are you now?
4.
4? Okay. It works as 1 level higher.
Wow. And the effect is?
Lasts a little bit longer. You'd have
Alright.
a higher chance to identify magic. I mean, like what type of magic it is.
I walk around the restroom, including the toilet stall, and then I walk out to where Homiko was seated, and I check around there to see whether there's a spike in magic over there.
Okay. Nothing detects as magic inside the bathroom. As you're leaving and you're moving through the crowd, you do detect various magical emanations from different people, but it doesn't seem unusual that some of the people here would have magic items, perhaps some rings of protection or something like that.
Mm-hmm. What about the place where Homiko was seated?
I am checking something right now. You do detect some magic where the crowd was, but you can't determine what type it was. It's very faint now.
Okay. So can I assume that they've been put under a spell, maybe? Probably.
Some magic was worked there, but you don't know what. You don't know what it did.
Okay. And that's all I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay. I do go up to Lafdul and let him know.
Okay.
How long does it take for her to get up those stairs? Like a minute?
A couple minutes. You know, I mean, it's
How
working.
long's
You
her?
know, you need to work your way through the crowd, and not be.
How long does it last? Tap magic for her at the moment?
It's 2 rounds per level, so 10 minutes. She's got a couple minutes left by the time she gets up to you, I will say.
Yeah. I'd say go check Ockar and be quick about it before it wears off. See
I have
if
to
he's
find him
affected.
first.
Ockar left,
Wow.
and I will say that you can't get there in time.
Yeah. Well, I've got a spell, and you say you've got another one.
I've got another one, yes. If necessary.
I mean, if you want to wait here, I guess I could check the gents. Did you find anything?
Nope.
Yeah,
Nothing that
this,
shouldn't be.
this,
Nothing that shouldn't be found in the restroom.
I reckon we should meet it with the Mashtas, rather. Sorry.
Master. Yes.
Well, I don't think there's any harm in informing him what's going on.
Have you seen where he went?
He's in one of the back rooms doing business meetings. I'm sure one of the servants could point in the right direction, I guess. They shouldn't refuse you, so to speak.
Well,
You're not a servant, you're above them, so.
I'm not a servant, but if they use the balls to conduct business, it's better to actually send a servant to ask them to maybe take a break or take a break, or when they're finished, to come and talk to us.
Well, I don't want to cause a scene, so I don't know. I guess you could, unless you want to stay here, carry on searching with Ockar, I guess. I mean, I really doubt there's going to be anything in the restrooms.
Yeah, me too. But will you go and have a look?
I can do. Do you want to stay here, do you?
But let me see. It was several minutes to get up to Lafdul. It was a few minutes to get checked the restroom. It was a little time checking the place where the crowd had been. How much time is left for the half an hour?
Probably about 15 to 20 minutes.
I'm thinking if someone wanted to reappear here without causing a scene, then they'd have to come through one of the entranceways, and I doubt they'd come through the front door. They'd have to come through the back door.
Yeah, well, if he can fly, who says they left at all?
Well, even if he's under what equates to an invisibility spell, I mean, it's going to cause a scene if he suddenly reappears. I reckon there's a chance he might return, and we should probably watch the back entrance. I very much doubt he'd come through the front.
Can we see the back entrance from where you are?
Yes. Very clearly.
Okay. So how about I stay up here and you go and check the restrooms, and then we decide this will take a few minutes, and then maybe it's late enough that I go and check on Braxon again.
Sure. I go downstairs and check the restrooms.
Okay. You don't find anything unusual in the restroom. It's currently empty when you get there.
Does it look... no, fair enough. What's down the corridors? I assume.
There are various rooms down here on the main level. Parlors.
Ockar went round here, didn't he?
No, Ockar went out the back door, so he's heading outside of the building.
And there's no way to the back door from this side of the... It's on the opposite side, isn't it?
Right.
No. No, is there any, there's rooms around here, isn't there, that's off limits? There's servants looking around.
There's servants moving about with drinks and snacks, hors d'oeuvres, that sort of thing.
Is it too frequently to listen to a door, maybe, or two?
There's a lot of people around, so
yeah, all right.
Moving about. So no, you would not be able to surreptitiously listen at a door. A lot of the parlor doors are open anyway. It looked like the second floor is where some business meetings were taking place and stuff like that. But there's still people moving about up there.
No, I'm just gonna make my way back to Leva. I think we should all regroup. That's what my general premise is. My idea.
Okay.
What I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And it looks like James stepped away for a minute. I was gonna hop to him. Ah, he's back. All right, James. Good timing.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I got back just in time. All right. So, while all of that is going on, you've made your way out the back door. Opening the door off of the ballroom, you find a small room with some stairs leading up, as well as another door. And it looks like there's a mat in front of the door for wiping feet and stuff like that. Looks like this is a back way down from the upper levels and things like that.
I'm gonna check the door first.
By check the door, do you mean open it, or it's doesn't look like it's locked.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it and see if there's any signs of anybody having come this way recently.
Well, it's hard to say whether there's signs of anyone coming this way. You're not really knowledgeable on that sort of thing, tracking and that.
Or at least open it and see if I see anybody on the other side.
The door leads outside. So out into the yard.
Okay.
You don't, just opening the door and glancing out, you don't see anyone, but it is also nighttime, and you're not, you don't really have a great field of view without actually going out there and looking around.
I'm debating between searching around outside or heading upstairs because I don't know if they would have left the building or stayed for some reason.
No? Yeah, make a choice. When in doubt, you can always roll a die.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a
Odds even.
D100. Higher, I head outside to search. Lower, I go upstairs.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going outside to search.
Okay. All right. You make your way out. You find yourself in a well-manicured yard with some small groves of trees. So you're out here now. And it looks like now that you're out here, it does look like there are a couple couples out here, among the trees, not close together. Maybe some lovers making liaisons, that sort of thing, getting some privacy. It being dark and everything like that, you don't have a good view of them. You'd actually have to wander around and get closer to see if you recognize any of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around see if I can find Hamiko and Ryuto.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Forgot to get out my dice. There we go. There they are. Okay. The first couple that you get close to are definitely not Hamiko and Ryuto.
Okay, then I'll keep searching.
All right. Still not finding them.
might
You're
have
getting
found
some
them.
odd looks from the couples as you you're wandering around out here.
I'll just explain that I'm looking for some people.
They nod and go back to their quiet talking and everything like that.
Okay, I'll keep looking around.
Okay. You do find in a small cluster of trees over here. You do think you see them.
Okay,
They're alone. It looks like it's Ryuto and Hamiko out there talking, or something like that.
Before I head over there, because I suspect this is going to end up in a situation of sorts, is there anything nearby that I could use as a makeshift weapon in case this ends up turning into a fight?
You could probably break off a branch with a strength roll, but that would be kind of loud.
Yeah, never mind. I'm just kidding. I guess I'll have to rely on my punches, which I'm not very skilled in, but better than nothing. So I'm gonna head over and see if it really is Hamiko and Ryuto.
All right, give me a wisdom check, please.
Come on, pass this time. Oh yeah!
All right, it's definitely them. You're not sure if they've noticed you yet.
I'm going to move closer and say, so this is where you two went off to.
Shoot him with the gun.
Nice disappearing act, I say as I corner them.
All right. Ryuto looks up at you, and you see a very brief, angry glare. But then his face kind of smooths out. You do also notice that now he appears to have a birthmark or a mole on his neck in the shape of a crescent, kind of an upside down crescent. But the flash of anger kind of smooths out, and he says, "Ah, my friend, how are you this evening? We were just getting some fresh air."
Yeah, you two suddenly vanished from the main area, so I came to find out where you guys went off to.
Oh, we just wanted some fresh air, Just it was getting rather crowded in there, loud.
Alright, maybe you think you can come back to the main area now?
Oh, I'm sure we will in due time. In due time.
Well, then maybe I can wait out here with you guys, because I'm supposed to be kind of keeping an eye on her, after all.
Oh,
for her
that's
father.
that's not necessary. I'm sure that I can handle any over-amorous suitors who may want to disrupt her marriage plans.
Sir, please, I insist. I've been hired for this job.
Well, if you do insist, I suppose we can make our way back in. Very well.
Thank you, sir. And I'm not taking my eyes off of him now.
So you're
Because
gonna...
he's pulled a disappearing act before. I'm keeping an eye on him in case he tries it again.
Okay. So he says, "After you, sir," and he indicates for you to lead the way back in.
No, I insist. You two first. You are the nobles here.
He gives you a slight nod, and with Homoko's arm through his, they start making their way back towards the building.
I follow right behind them.
Okay. When they get to the door, he stops and turns to Homoko. "I'm sorry, my dear. I suddenly remembered that I have somewhere that I need to be later this evening. I look forward to attending your wedding and seeing you look incredibly beautiful for your husband-to-be." He gives her a slight bow and starts to leave. She murmurs a thanks, and she's, radiant, glowing, quite happy. She turns back to you and says, "I'm sorry that we stepped away on you. Ryuto just wanted to wish me luck on my future marriage and have some time to talk in the fresh night air.
It's
We can
fine.
go back in now."
It's fine. It's just the sudden disappearance has me concerned.
I do apologize. I should have said something. She starts to head back inside.
I follow her as we head back, and when I head back, I'm gonna look back up to where I suspect either Lafdul or somebody else is up in that one area, and I'm gonna just kind of do a wave towards whoever is up in that. Is it like a balcony area?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do a wave to them as I head back inside with Homiko.
All right. It is Leva up there, and Leva, you see Homiko and Ockar coming back in alone. They seem, fine as far as you can tell from up there.
Mm-hmm. I go downstairs.